What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Handmade and Beyond podcast. I'm your host, LL, leader of the handmadeandbeyond.com website and community. I'm a self-employed entrepreneur, an Etsy expert, and business coach who's figured out how to make my entire living with my handmade business. Each week, I'll dive into strategies and success tips to help you with your handmade business, with Etsy, and everything in between. Let's dive in. What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to the Handmade and Beyond podcast. Glad to be back with you guys as usual. Super pumped up today to bring you another brand shiny new episode. This one is one that I think will help you if maybe you're a brand new Etsy seller, maybe you're thinking about starting an Etsy shop, or maybe you have a shop already. Maybe it'll help ease your mind, and it's something that a lot of people talk about from time to time. So really what I want to talk about today is how to avoid getting your shop suspended. And I know there's a lot of message boards and a lot of stuff online about Etsy, and they're the devil, and they're terrible, and they suspend shops for no reason. So I kind of want to dive into that and just give you some information and things from my experiences to hopefully help you guys out when it comes to this topic, because it's something that is a sensitive topic. A lot of people get super fired up about it. So I'm just going to be, I'm going to try to be unbiased and bring you my opinion, basically, in terms of this and what I've seen in terms of this. So first and foremost, I think it's important to take a step back and understand that any e-commerce platform can get shut down if you don't follow the rules. People act like Etsy is so harsh and they get shut down, and then usually they say, well, I'll just open my own website then. Or I'll just do something outside of Etsy, because Etsy's garbage. They don't know what they're doing. They shut me down for no reason. Keep in mind that if you do that, your website is usually hosted. Your URL has to be hosted by some company. You have to pay for that URL, and then they have to host your website. And then usually you have a third-party builder. Most people don't build their own websites anymore. They're usually run through like Shopify or Squarespace or third-party builder apps and websites like that runs the website for you. So usually that builder could also host your website, or it could be two separate companies. Either way, you don't control those companies. So if you are doing something you shouldn't be doing, and you move to those platforms, your quote unquote own website, you could still get shut down. Your host can shut you down. Your website builder can shut you down. So it's not like you're safe just by going to your own website. You really don't own anything online. So there's a lot of different rules and regulations and companies involved that can shut you down if you're not doing things in the up and up and not doing things that you should be doing. So keep that in mind. It's not as simple as, well, I'll just go and do my own website. Not to mention that doing your own website is hard enough because you have to then drive your own traffic to that website. Whereas Etsy has its millions of buyers already. You just have to figure out a way to capitalize on that traffic with an awesome product, awesome SEO. Things like that to make it a little bit easier. But yeah, in return, it's a lot easier to capitalize on that traffic than start your website anyhow. But there is benefits to starting your own website, and that's another podcast episode down the road. So most Etsy shops that get shut down do not follow Etsy's policies. The Etsy seller handbook, and the things that are in there that you have to abide by. And a lot of this stuff is pretty straightforward. It's not crazy. It's not crazy policies. So you have to understand what you can and cannot sell and what you can and cannot do before you start selling. And really, if you're doing things in the up and up, things that you should be doing, it's actually pretty hard to get shut down. It really is. I've been selling for Etsy for 8 years, and I've never even come close to getting shut down for any reason. Now, most of the people that I know that sell have never gotten shut down, or I don't know anyone that's gotten shut down, because they're all doing things that, following the policies, doing things that they should be doing. So you really don't have to worry. I mean, a lot of people do worry, like, oh, I don't want them to come and shut me down, because I've heard that they just randomly shut people down. No, those people all get shut down because they're not doing the right things. So you shouldn't have to worry. Don't listen to the horror stories online. Those people are not doing what they should be doing, and that's why they're getting shut down. And they probably, not probably, they weren't following the policies, they weren't following the handbook. So let's dive into the most common reasons shops get shut down. So you can make sure that you're doing things in the up and up. Make sure, even if you're looking to start an Etsy shop, that you have the right mindset, that you're going to be doing the right thing, so you don't have to worry that you're going to get shut down. So the first reason that people get shut down, and the biggest reason, is copyright and trademark infringement. If you're selling stuff that's copyrighted or trademarked, you're going to get shut down, especially if all your stuff is trademarked. So if you decide to open a shop selling all Disney stuff, even though you're making it, that stuff's all trademarked. You can't just open a shop and sell Baby Yoda stuff and Disney characters. You're going to get shut down. Disney owns the rights to those. So unless you get permission, unless you buy the licensing for that stuff, you can't sell them. Now, every once in a while, people run into a copyright or a trademark issue with like a keyword, or maybe they're selling something they don't realize is trademarked, and then someone will file a claim, and then that listing will get removed. That's fine, as long as not all your stuff isn't trademarked. Every once in a while, I've even run into that where I've put stuff up and I didn't realize certain keywords were trademarked. I mean, you can look them up on the trademark database through it's like USPS, trademark.gov or whatever website. But a lot of people don't have time to do that. So if there's going to be one-offs all the time where people will trademark them where they don't realize it's trademarked, and then you'll get your listing taken down. As long as you're not getting a bunch of listings violations for trademark all at once, you shouldn't have anything to worry about. Every once in a while, it's not a big deal. Yeah, you don't want it, but it's not going to get you shut down. Where you will get shut down is if every single one of your listings has some type of copyright or trademark violation. Then you're probably going to get shut down because your whole entire shop is infringing on someone's trademark. So just keep that in mind. Make sure you're opening up in the stuff that you're creating that's not someone else doesn't have the rights to. Number 2 is selling stuff that's not vintage or stuff that you didn't make and or a design. So you have to sell stuff that's you can sell stuff that you didn't make if it's vintage. It's over 20 years or older. So you can't just sell new stuff or stuff that's a couple years old. That is not considered vintage. It has to be 20 years or older. Now, you can sell stuff primarily that's handmade. Handmade, how Etsy defines it, is you have to either make it yourself or design it. So if you design it, you can have a manufacturer make it, a partner make it, but you have to have it designed by you. You can't have someone design it and then have someone make it and then sell it on Etsy. People do that all the time. They'll put up stuff. They'll open a shop selling watches that are like brand new watches. They didn't design them or they didn't make them. Yeah, that's not handmade. That's just that's a random manufactured person, buying all that stuff in bulk and then trying to sell it on Etsy. That's not the marketplace. If you want to do that, you can go to Amazon, you go to eBay, websites like that. Etsy is specifically for handmade products made and or designed by you or vintage stuff. So number 3 is selling stuff that's not allowed on Etsy. This is a pretty obvious one. So just stuff that they do not allow you to sell on Etsy. And this is pretty much the same for most e-commerce platforms. They don't allow this stuff. Some examples: alcohol, drugs, drug paraphernalia, animal products, human remains, weapons, hazardous materials I think that's most of them. So that stuff's pretty obvious that you can't sell on Etsy or most other platforms out there. You want to be able to protect the consumer and also protect the marketplace from selling things like that. So definitely don't open a site or a shop trying to sell those type of things, because that will definitely get you shut down very, very quickly. Number 4 is too many customer service cases by customers. So this customers can file a case against you if they don't get their item, or their item is messed up, or you won't issue a refund for an item that's broken or messed up, or there any variety of problems. A customer can file a case against you. So too many cases in a short period of time can definitely get your shop suspended and possibly shut down. Usually, how that works is if you have too many violations, Etsy will put you on, it's like a probation where they'll give you a dashboard and tell you if your compliance level. There's like a percentage that you have to try and get under. So that's all behind the scenes stuff. I don't know the super specifics of it because I never had to go through it, thankfully. But yeah, it gets pretty serious if you get too many cases, too many violations. They put you on probation, then they'll suspend you, and then they'll possibly shut your shop down. So you got to make sure you're not getting cases. If you get one-off, sometimes there's going to be people that do a case and you don't have any control over it. It's not necessarily your fault. You can work through that and you can come back from that. It's not a big deal. It's just you can't get a number of cases back to back that could get you shut down. The other one, number 5, this is a big one too, is too many bad reviews. Again, too many bad reviews in a short period of time comparative to the number of orders that you have could definitely get your shop suspended and shut down. Works the same way. You get put on basically a probation. You get the dashboard to try and get your review percentage up. If you don't, then your shop will get suspended and or shut down. So you have to make sure you're doing everything possible to get good reviews. We've all been there. We've all gotten bad reviews from time to time. It's going to happen. If it hasn't happened yet, it's going to happen. So bad reviews are just part of the business. But again, if you're delivering a great product, if you're doing things in the up and up, if you're really striving to have good customer service, you shouldn't have to worry about bad reviews. If you do happen to get a one-off bad review, that's fine. Reach out to that person right away. Message them and ask how you can make it right or provide some solutions. And then once you fix the problem, ask them to update the review. 99% of the time, you can fix the problem and have them update a bad review. So it's going to happen. You're going to always get, bad reviews. Really what I'm talking about is 1 and 2 star reviews. That's really what's going to hurt you. Those are the ones you really don't want. Inevitably, you're going to get 4 star. You're going to get 3 star. Granted, they're not what we want, but it's not going to kill your shop. As long as you're not getting a ton of 3-star reviews, it's not really going to hurt your shop. 4 stars, I don't even necessarily worry about it. I see people stress out about 4-star reviews. I honestly wouldn't stress out about it. It's really not a big deal. It's not going to impact your shop hardly at all. So I wouldn't stress and worry about a 4-star review. 3-star, maybe. It just depends on the day. I mean, I had someone leave me a 3-star review the other week that didn't make any sense. Really, from what they put in the review, it made no sense. Basically, they said it was their fault. They ordered the wrong size, and they gave me a 3-star review. So I messaged them because it didn't make sense, because it bothered me. Because I was like, how is that my fault? You admittedly ordered the wrong size. I didn't put it I didn't word it like that. I was nice about it. But I basically just questioned them, and then they updated the review to the 5 stars. Because I don't know if some people realize that the reviews hurt your shop. The reviews can negatively impact the sellers. I just think that, I don't know what some people think. Maybe it's just how their buying experience was personally. It's not going to affect anybody else. I don't know. And maybe they don't realize that the reviews are forward facing. Either way, depending on what someone puts in the comments, it may behoove you to reach out to them. Always positive, always nice about it, no matter what, no matter if they change or they don't. You just have to maintain a level of professionalism when it comes to reviews. But again, these problems are going to be few and far between. If you're delivering a great product, you're shipping stuff on time or early. Most people should be really happy with what they're getting and want to leave you a 5-star review. So you shouldn't have to really worry about that. But that's pretty much it, guys. Those are the main reasons that I see that shops get shut down. They're pretty clear cut. Again, your shop should just not randomly get shut down. And if it does get shut down, Etsy will always email you. You hear people they're like, it got shut down. I never heard anything from Etsy. Most of the time, your shop will get shut down right away if you're blatantly, if everything's trademarked, or you have a ton of cases at once, or you have a ton of orders that people never got. Maybe, in those cases, your shop will probably get shut down pretty fast. But usually how it works is your shop gets put on probation first, or you get a warning first, and then your shop will get suspended and or shut down. So most people know or should know what's going on. A lot of people will post online they got randomly shut down and they didn't know or whatever, but I don't believe that for a second. Those people usually know what's going on, or either they're not paying attention, they're not checking their email, or they're just doing something blatant. So keep that in mind. And granted, there's a lot of complaints that Etsy doesn't respond and whatnot. Well, those are true. Etsy's terrible at responding back. I don't like to talk bad about them because they are, still provide me and my family a significant amount of income. But yeah, they have, like any company, they're not perfect. But a lot of times if your shop gets shut down permanently, it is the end all be all. So they won't respond to you if your shop's shut down permanently, because you're definitely not. They don't want you selling on there again. You were doing something pretty blatant enough for them just to shut you down completely. So you can't open up another shop. You can't open up your old shop. You're pretty much dead to them, so to speak. So you hear a lot of complaints on that too. But overall, if you're doing things the way you should be doing, you're reading the policies, you're not doing any of the stuff that I just talked about, you shouldn't have anything at all to worry about. You really shouldn't. So if you're getting ready to open up a shop, you have a shop opened, you should be totally fine. So don't worry. Hopefully this episode eases your mind and lets you know that it's extremely hard to get shut down. I wouldn't worry about it. Just make sure you're doing things how you should be doing them. You shouldn't have anything at all, to worry about. But that's pretty much all I got for this episode, guys. If you are, like I talked about, if you are really new to starting on Etsy, or you just are thinking about starting an Etsy shop, I have a new Etsy quick start guide for you that could help you kind of narrow in your niche. Get aligned with the best practices so you can start your shop, start off on the right foot, make sure you're doing the right things in your Etsy business. Again, if you're looking to start an Etsy shop or you just opened it up, this guide could be good for you. It's my Etsy quick start guide. So it's a free download. You guys can get it at handmadeandbeyond.com/quick start. I'll also include the link below for you guys to check it out, download it. It's a quick read. It's only a couple pages long to help you guys out, make sure you're aligned and ready to go, ready to get started, ground running, off on the right foot with your Etsy business, to make sure you're doing all the right things, getting set up for success, because that's what I want for you guys. When you have the most success possible a lot earlier than I had, and deal with a lot less frustration than I had early on, because I didn't know what the heck I was doing when I first started, right? That's it for today, guys. I will be back very, very soon with another awesome episode for you guys. Have an amazing rest of your day.